Episode 16 of the Dukes of Weebdom.
Dukes of Weebdom.
Dukes of Weebdom. Got some chapters back, finally.
Yeah.
We had a few back last week, but we were going through that dry spell. And then, what do you want to speak of first? Let's just jump right into it.
Probably Dandadan.
Yeah, that was fucking our girl Momo. Yeah. She mad. Dude, that
mad.
Art, that tree.
I thought someone else came in to throw it. It took me. I had to do a triple take going.
So
through.
did I. I didn't notice it was her until like a few panels later.
You're like, wait, no one came in.
Shit, that was just you. I was half expecting Ken to be just like roll up in there just out of nowhere, but this shot of the first tree that she throws, the double page spread, that top the detail on that, and it's just like, oh my god, that's just so fucking good. That's like a glorious tree. And then she does it a few pages later with more of them. I'm like, the artwork on these trees is
that ended
outrageous.
shot.
It was just...
Oh my god, I think I screenshotted a few pages this time.
I only have the one screenshot from Dandadan to show you, because I was like, this needs to be drawn attention to.
I forgot to post it on Twitter. I'll probably do it after the podcast, but them being like the cutest fucking friends.
Oh, yeah, and poor Sapporo.
Fucking holding hands like that.
Is that how you say his name? Sapporo?
Serpo. And then I took that.
Oh, yeah, the final page is just glorious as well.
Her protecting Vamala.
Mm-hmm.
Her apology being super cute. Oh my god, I just loved it.
So good.
We're about to get the fighting going.
Right? Too much of these aliens just doing whatever the fuck they want. Now it's time for them to get their asses whooped.
There's a nice Black Clover shot for you.
That is dope. Out of context, nothing of what the fuck is going on there, but yeah, that's cool.
There's a meme going around of it, though, is when you fight the final boss. When you unlock the final boss.
Is that the same person?
It is the same thing.
That's literally what it is. It's terrible.
He's so cute. I don't mind.
That's super unfortunate, though. But I guess, yeah, he's cute. The same thing happens too often to too many things. Just the video game trope. But it happens in anime, too.
Oh, yeah.
For example, Dragon Ball Z, we were talking about that the other day. Broly just kicked everybody's ass in his movie, but now, going forward, if they bring him back,
he's like watching like a little dork.
Yeah, if they bring him back in like a mainline story, he ain't gonna be that strong.
No,
because he's gonna outshine. He outshone Goku and Vegeta separately. They had to fuse.
Yep.
Take him out, and it's just like, oh, he can't.
And they're gonna surpass him, and the next threat's gonna be stronger.
Yeah, well, I mean, the ever grown DBZ, but
not that I know shit about Moro.
Same. I just know he fucks everybody up at first. But
I had an example too. Jalal.
Yes, from Fairy Tail.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He became punk bitch after Natsu beat him.
Yeah, specifically Jalal, not Mystigan. Jalal.
Well,
Mystigan's not a bad guy. He's just OP good guy.
Who turned out to be another version of JL from a multiverse or something that was such an asshole, and I fucking hated every second of it.
You know, though, that one arc you told me to watch was pretty fire, though. Which tied into all of that.
Yeah, probably. Well, because I enjoyed Fairy Tail before the time skip.
Yeah, I forgot the name of the arc, but it's when they go to Happy's World.
I couldn't tell you. It's been so many fucking years.
What it was called, but I enjoyed it. I watched that whole arc.
I think that's what it is.
It was right before they go to where Zareth is. They go to Happy's World where Mystigan comes from.
Oh, yeah, so that's, yeah.
It was a good arc.
It was.
And then I fell off during the Zareth arc before I even got to really, meet Zareth.
Zareth was cool when he first introduces him, but then he just becomes a stereotype later, and then he gets. I haven't seen it. I just know that Natsu beats him in a single punch.
Ooh,
and the end of the series.
My favorite, the Maka special.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
but that's what I heard going around. It's bad. It was really bad. Its quality dropped off hardcore after their time skip. Time skip was too long narratively anyway. So, fuck it. Fairy Tail's trash. No, it's not trash.
I was gonna say, I wonder what you want to talk about next.
JJK. Fucking Gojo looking.
Beasting out. Utahime beasting out.
Yeah, doing something for the first time ever on chapter 223.
She looked really styling doing it, though.
She did, but then, of course, he was saving a character in his back pocket to have a very specific jujitsu to match the very specific moment that they needed her so that Gojo could get a sneak attack in.
You know what? I don't think they needed it. You know what I mean? True. I don't think it was too plot convenient. They could have just had him shoot a hollow purple from that distance and no one would have been like, that's outlandish. You know what I mean? I don't think anyone would have called it out. I think it was just for the cool factor.
I think for my own... I mean, maybe I'm not reading into it enough, but from the panel I see... Who do you think killed all these guys? Was it Gojo or the old dude?
It's funny, when the leaks came out, I thought it was Gojo, because everyone's putting that shot up next to certain Gojo dialogues. But now that the chapter's actually out, I don't fucking know.
Right? Because, like, this final thing, it could have been either one, because he's saying how he's changed and how he wouldn't have done stuff like this in the past, referring to the panda stuff, which was super cool. But then Gojo could totally also have just been the dude, too.
I was still under the impression I thought Kenjaku killed the higher-ups. Way back, I thought. But maybe that was just the Kamo clan?
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't really ever give a fuck about these guys because it's kind of like time back.
I've seen them like twice.
It's like Bleach with the fucking their
Zero Division?
No, the dude's Aizen kills all of them, but then they assign new ones because they're in the fucking doesn't even Blood War. It's like their Senate, whatever.
Ew.
Yeah, they're in the Soul Society arc, and that's it. Aizen kills all of them.
Is that in the room where Momo and Toshiro confront him?
Yes, but that's not in the exact room. They're like beneath that room. But yeah. Toshiro comes in, and that's when he finds out that, I forget what they're called. There's something 60, because there's 60 of them or something.
The dumbass 60.
Yeah, we'll call them dumbass 60. I forget their name. But,
the fodder 60.
Yeah, Aizen killed them all, because that's where he was hiding.
Ugh.
When he faked his own death during Soul Society.
No one will come to the Senate. It's too boring here.
Well, he was pretending to be them because they closed the doors to hold meetings and give orders because Ichigo was running around Soul Society destroying shit.
So he can just insert himself in there.
So he was pretending to be them to give them certain laws.
Well, I was about to say, let's be real too. If he wanted to hide, no one would see him.
Exactly. But, come back here.
Yeah, at first I thought it was Gojo that killed them all too.
Yeah,
but I don't think the dialogue really implies it very well.
It doesn't imply which of the two, if either of the two could be.
I don't think Gakuganji could kill 5 people. I don't even...
Well, these 5 people could just be dudes.
I don't think he could kill 5 dudes. Nothing I've seen from him implies... He could barely fight Meat Rack Guy.
Coat Rack Guy?
Yeah. He could barely fight the guy that Gojo pretty much looked at and fodderized his arms and legs at once.
True that.
Gakuganji was fighting that guy for 30 minutes and then Gojo just comes in and Gakuganji even has to go, don't kill him!
Oh, shit.
Don't kill the guy I've been fighting for 45 minutes.
How did you enjoy your exposition in this chapter? Because there was a bit of it.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah. I didn't mind it, but I don't really mind it in the first place.
I did think it was a bit much. Again, it was there for the cool factor, though. And that kind of hit for me, because Utihime's, it's her only time to shine.
Right. And this guy, whose name I forget.
Ooh, old guy?
No, glasses dude.
Ijichi.
Jesus,
I only remember because he said it twice over these last 2 chapters. Gojo has called him by name.
I was literally looking on the panels that he was in for his name, and I couldn't find it. So I wouldn't have to be that guy when...
Maybe it was just last chapter he said it twice then. Because he said something else about trusting him before, like last chapter, just like that.
Mm-hmm. Because he's just saying a lot of yous.
Oh, it was when he was like, "Oh, I thought you were saying that because I fucked up or something." And Gojo's like, "Why are you being like that, Ichichi? I would never put you down. You're my bro." The fucking panels of the damage to the city.
Yeah, I know.
It's so incredible.
Yeah, so he basically got off a 200% hollow purple. And just Sukuna just eats it to the face and comes out unscathed.
Well,
it looks like it.
Unscathed a strong word for
never
that.
mind. I did not see that my first time.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you've seen him. He fucking heals basically whatever damage. Yeah. So,
he got more fucked up from Jacob's Ladder.
True.
And we were downplaying the shit out of that.
We were.
But that is so cool.
Yeah, because he underestimates the power. And I just love how Gojo's just like, so we're clear, you're the challenger. But it's like, bitch, you attacked me.
Broken Ronin on Twitter brought up a good point, too, being like, I mean, I don't know if he's going to win or not. Narratively, I think Gojo's going to lose, but I want him to win, obviously, and I think he's the stronger one. But he was bringing up a point where it's like, Gojo just watched Sukuna block Hollow Purple, and Gojo's still not sweating. So Gojo has a bunch of other tricks up his sleeve. Like, he's still coming in with that swagger after Sukuna
We've never seen Gojo go all out. Ever.
No. Though it seems like Hollow Purple would be his strongest attack, but he doesn't care that got blocked at 200%. He really doesn't.
Look at that straight. Look at that face. That's the meme of the fucking the lion mouth emoji.
It looks like Boji's mouth from Ranking of Kings.
Yes, it does. But I'm amped for next week. But I'm just like Big so ready. And
next week is when break. I'll be upset if there's a lot of exposition.
Yeah, but then I'd also be upset if there's like
feels like 3 pages.
Yeah, like 6 pages of nothing but just.
I just want fighting
swishes.
Give me the swishes.
I mean, I want to see it too. I want to see them go fucking all out and just fucking go at it.
Of course, and this is the week you didn't read Spike's Family. Big sigh.
Was it just that awesome a chapter to read?
No.
Oh, okay then. It was like Chainsaw Man now. I loved Chainsaw Man.
Oh, did we talk about Chainsaw Man?
No, it comes on Tuesdays.
No, we did talk about it though because it skipped a week.
To
no,
each other.
We talked about it on this podcast.
They skipped a week.
Yes.
Did they? It's been that. Well, actually, yeah.
On the one I just edited, you mentioned how you liked that he stole the bike from the dude.
Yeah, because she's like, yeah, look, I can't steal a bike from a girl. What about that dude?
I was talking about all the panels where it shows them touching down somewhere, jumping off, and then that spot being decimated. That was a good chapter. I liked that chapter a lot.
It was a very good chapter.
Super Chainsaw Man bike.
One Piece had a great chapter this week too. We haven't seen the Straw Hats in over a month, and it's like has never happened ever in One Piece.
I'm excited for next week's Spy Family.
I'm excited for next week's episode of Vinland Saga.
Don't spoil shit for me.
I won't. But just to say all of the non-spoiler ways that I can talk about this. Vinland Saga is the anime because I only caught up like 2 weeks ago. So I've only watched 2 episodes on air release time type deal. Last week's and now today's episode this morning. It's the one I look forward to the most every week. Like every other one, when they come out, I'll watch them all on Saturday, or like Demon Slayer, watch on Sundays because it comes out on Sundays. But if Demon Slayer came out on Wednesday, I'd still wait till Saturday to watch it. Or same with Hell's Paradise, I just watch it when I get home or whatever on Saturday. But I'm like there, ready to go for Vinland Saga when it drops. Like on my lunch break on Mondays, I'm watching Vinland Saga. It's like let's go, and it's not any. It's just character development, and what's I want to see next week is about two characters meeting again for the first time since season 2 to have a conversation. And I need to be here for this talk. I just I want to see what's going to be said and all this. And it's just like,
I've seen a lot of screenshots, unfortunately. I mean, they're not big spoilers, but it's enough that it hurts me.
Season 1 is so good for totally different reasons that make season 2 so good. Which says something about the overall quality of the writing of the show.
Almost makes you want the manga.
I probably will switch that. And I did find out it's ending soon. They actually have a chapter type number that they're thinking that it's going to end on. It's going to be ending next year, 2024.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But it's a monthly release. So you're looking at 6 or 7 more chapters.
Oh, yeah, brutal. Big
because
chapters,
we're in May.
Yeah.
So there's 6 or 7 this year. That's just minimum, because 2024, that'd be like saying it ended in January. It's ending sometime next year, the author said.
I didn't know it was still ongoing, to be fair.
I didn't either, which is because I looked it up, and it's not as many as you would think either. It's only I think JJK now has more chapters than Vinland Saga does, yeah. Vinland Saga's in the low 200s as well, and JJK is at 223 right now.
I know they put those out in the omnibuses, the Vinland Saga. They have the thick boys for those.
Really?
Yeah.
Vinland Saga. Let's see exactly how many are out. Volumes. They have 26 volumes. They have 201 chapters out. That's it.
But again, they're going to be big boy chapters.
Yeah, monthly releases. The only monthlies I'm reading right now, like ongoing, is Goku Rakugai and One Punch Man. Those are both on. Well, One Punch Man is kind of monthly, but then sometimes they'll drop a chapter and then they'll release another one in a week. So One Punch Man does what One Punch Man wants, basically. You about to bring up a list of numerous monthly release chapters?
No, actually, no. I was going to my weeklies. Because the only monthly release for me is Goku Rakugai, and the fact that I started Seraph of the End.
Yeah, but I think that's over, isn't it?
No.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No.
It's surprising that it's still that's still going on.
It is 126 chapters.
Yeah. Okay, not so surprising.
That's a low number. I feel like that
More
anime's been out for ages.
Yeah, and the anime has how many episodes? I feel like it was a 25er, or maybe not. Maybe it was just a 12 or 13 episode anime. I don't remember.
I need a new section for manga I need to catch up on before I even start talking about what I read weekly.
There's a few weeklies in my fucking browser that I just need to get back on that I'm a few behind in.
I have a few too, especially now that K manga shit the bed. Because I was banking a lot of those, waiting.
K manga, as in Kodansha?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was banking some of these I put off because that app was coming out. Oh, Geekin Gloon is still on this list. Oh no.
Did the Kodansha's app launch yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's out and just no one's using it.
Well, I don't know if people are using it, but I know everyone hates the idea of it.
I wonder. Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't seen any backlash on it then.
Oh no! I mean, the moment they announced it, people on Twitter were fucking livid.
Yeah, so maybe everyone's just so livid that they're just we're gonna ignore this thing and just not do it. I wonder how its launch went, type deal. How many people actually decided that they would buy it?
Yeah, I actually still want to download it to drop it.
Oh yeah, you said you were going to do that to show that it's a lost customer type deal.
Yeah, and I am gonna do that. And just to try it. I mean, I will read a couple chapters probably before I'm like, this is actually shit. Because I'm not watching a fucking ad to get a loot box with a random amount of points in it. You can suck my dick.
You can suck my dick sideways for that.
Again, I am curious. But now I have to get back on all those browser. I need to get back on Blue Lock, Gachi Akuta. And that's it for browser, really.
Well, Gachi Akuta... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was just confusing that with Genkin Gluna. I'm sorry.
I put that in my completed.
Sad face.
Big sad face.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, see, Gachiakuta, Fabricant 100, and Blue Lock. I've fallen behind on all of them.
Because they're on your browser, not on the app.
2 of them are. Fabricant 100, I just don't have much interest left in it.
No?
It's not bad. I mean, it's not great either.
It didn't get dropped.
I like the Fabricant.
From Shonen, rather.
Yeah, I do like the Fabricant 100 herself. She's interesting.
Not so much the little kid.
No.
I was getting a lot of, I only scrolled through the first chapter, but I was getting Black Butler vibes from it.
It is, because it is. It just is Black Butler. Like,
I know Black Butler has a huge fan base.
An enormous fan base.
I did not like that anime at all.
I liked season 1. Liked 6.5 out of 10. Liked. Because I like Butler Man. Cheslaw's like, that's not his name. That's the very similar looking guy from Bakuno.
I was going to say that.
CL Phantomime. It's just meh. Chainsaw person is great.
Yes. But that's it.
And then season 2's all filler, I'm pretty sure.
Gross. Why even make it?
I know.
But then it's the anime industry. They ruin great shows like Tokyo Ghoul and Promised Neverland with season 2s that mean nothing.
And Record of Ragnarok with horrible animation.
I heard that season 2 is a step up. At least.
Fucking doubt it. I fucking doubt it, man.
I mean, listen, I don't.
There's a lot of room for growth.
That's what I mean. Anything could be a step up in that scenario.
It's probably still like the worst.
I don't doubt it.
Especially. They're gonna fuck up the best fight in the whole manga. Oh.
With that.
Oh, Jack the Ripper versus Hercules. Oh.
Not a matchup you'd think about.
Oh, it's so good, too. It's so goddamn good.
Better than Zeus versus Odin. I mean, Adam.
Yeah. And that fight was fucking fire.
Isn't another one people say is Lubu versus Thor?
Yeah, that's the first one. It's alright.
Just, okay. I mean, I haven't seen it.
In my opinion, it's just alright. And then it's... I want to say Kojiro Sasaki versus Poseidon.
Doesn't he kill Poseidon? What's the first god to lose?
It's Poseidon. It absolutely is Poseidon, yeah. Like, Adam, it almost looks like he'll win, and then Poseidon's like finally the one that's like, yes. And I'm not spoiling Jack the Ripper versus Hercules. That shit's so fucking good. That shit is so fucking good, dude. Oh, so fucking good. People need to read Record of Ragnarok, and I do mean fucking read, people.
The manga.
It's so good. That's a monthly release I was reading, but I have fallen very behind on it because I like falling behind on Record of Ragnarok. It is probably the worst thing to read release to release.
I bet.
Yeah, it's agony. Because the pacing on it, if you go to binge, is like... There's like maybe a chapter downtime between fights. Maybe.
But then trying to read that month, I mean, does it get beefy beefy chapters for monthly release?
Yes.
You know, it sucks reading Citrus, which is like a tri-monthly release, and you get a normal-sized fucking chapter of like 15 to 20 pages.
Well, that's probably because there's a lot of talking too.
That's all there is talking.
Yeah.
I'm probably like a full year behind on that though. I haven't even looked it up to see how far behind I am. I might have to reread a few chapters to get back on what's going on. Did you just have an ad when you opened the app of the Kodansha app?
No, this is not the Kodansha app.
Oh. What app is that?
An app.
An app?
Yarg, me matey. It's iOS only. 33 pages.
Oh, that's not terrible. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, it's like double the size. That's like the standard page check count. You know what I mean?
Again, this fight was just losing me though.
The newest, the latest fight.
Yeah, it's probably over by now.
Well, yeah, I mean, not every fight is going to be awesome. I mean, even look at like...
Yeah, but it's Hades.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
it's Hades, yeah.
It's Hades.
I mean, listen, not every tournament can be the dark tournament, okay?
But I mean, every match has at least been good. At least, yes. Yeah, the last two fights were fire. I had to think over it again. Yeah, every fight's at least been really good. None of them was I just like... This one I'm kind of like... Hades just, weirdly enough, feels like reskinned Poseidon.
Actually, no, I was just thinking about it. Even the tuning exams doesn't have any bad fights in it either. Like the final part, the tournament inside the building where Rock Lee and Gar has.
Shikamaru versus What's-Her-Face. Sakura versus Ino.
Sakura versus Ino wasn't terrible. It was just...
It wasn't terrible. I wouldn't even call it good. I'd call it just bad.
I wouldn't call it bad either. I thought it was okay because it's what you would expect from those two levels.
It is what I'd expect from them, but it was just like...
But Shikamaru versus that one... Oh, no, that's the second...
No, yeah, Bell Girl.
That's...
Shikamaru versus the girl with the bells.
Yeah, because it's...
The one where he wins by shadow possessing and then going...
Oh, yeah, that one. I like that fight.
I hate that fight.
I like it because it proves why Shikamaru was the only one to pass that whole fucking thing.
It's true, but I like Tamari better for proving that point. I think that fight was just like, ugh.
I thought that the Tamari fight was more boring. Like
him versus Tamari? Well, there's a lot of standing. He did try to war of attrition her.
Yeah. Tamari versus Tenten that was a good fight.
That was a great fight. Didn't overstay its welcome.
Great 15 second.
If that one page.
You felt that, like, in the anime, the clang when she hit that.
You felt that in the manga. It's one fucking page. It opens up to Tamari having already beaten Tenten.
The most screen, the last time she's ever on screen, too. Poor Tenten.
And I don't know, man. I mean, I love Shino as much as anybody could possibly love Shino, but Shino versus Air Blast guy was not even a fight, actually. It just wasn't. It was Shino pointing a finger being like, I won. Oh my wa shinderu. Nani? And Bug's just already in his hand holes.
Gross.
And I liked him too. He was the best of the Sound 3. The Sound Genin.
Dark Tournament's still best tournament ever, though.
Yeah.
Name a bad fight in that. You can't.
I probably could.
Even Kuwabara's fights are awesome.
If you gave me a shot, I probably could find at least one bad fight, I'm sure. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I could find one. And it probably would be a Kuwabara fight, if anything.
Come on. Kurama's fight. Hiei's fight.
Yusuke's
fight.
I'm not trying to think of any of the final battles. I want to try to think of the middle battles.
Well, those were middle battles. There was so many.
No, Knife Edge Death fight was one of the first bouts they had.
Yeah, Yusuke versus...
I think it's literally the first team they fought.
And the heels are on the... Yusuke's heels on that knife. And yeah. The other guy
that was literally the first team.
Kuwabara's monologues during that fight was the most awesome thing ever. It's like manly. You're looking up the fights that take place. I'm sure there's some no-name characters.
I'm doing it an even easier way.
Oh. Lay it on me. What do you got?
I'm going to the character select of the PS2 game.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That way I can just see the characters and be like, oh, yes.
But most of them didn't have their own individual fights. It was always...
They absolutely did.
Them versus the main cast.
That's what I mean. So... Because there's one team in here I think is lame as shit. It's this one, the Cyborgs.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, though, with the Dark Tournament that I remember, anyway, you never see, like, you don't see this guy versus this guy. No. You see all of these guys versus our characters.
Yes, but I'm saying, I'm sure one of these fights is ass. And my bets would be it's one of these guys versus one of them.
I don't know. Maybe
I remember Makeup Guy. I remember this guy.
Makeup Guy.
Because this guy had like the sword and shit.
Yes. I don't know. Maybe it's just the rose tinted glasses.
No, it's definitely way more good fights than bad fights. I'm just saying, there's gotta be an ass one in there. There's gotta be. And it's not in that first round. That first round is complete fire. The final round is complete fire.
We'll have to...
all of the final fights slap in the Dark Tournament.
Then that just means we'll have to rewatch the Dark Tournament.
Especially the middle.
Which game is that?
The PS2 game.
Yeah, no, but what is it called?
Oh.
The
Yu Yu Hakusho Dark Tournament.
I have that game.
Dope. I think I might still have that game too, actually. This character list is out of order and it irks me.
No.
So I'm pretty sure Wind Fist guy was with Knife Edge Deathmatch guy. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Who cares?
But like, you can't tell me whoever this motherfucker is above Karasu had a good fight. Like, I won't believe it until I rewatch it.
Is that the bland dude that's right there?
Yeah.
Oh, that guy. I thought you were talking about this guy right under Yusuke. I don't know who that is.
No, that's Yo-Yo Kid that beats the shit out of Kuwabara.
Yeah,
that fight
Right.
slaps.
Yeah.
That's Sword Arm guy, that's Fire guy. That's one with the androids. I don't remember them super well.
Oh, I guess we'll just have to rewatch it and
Wind
then
Fist
come back
guy.
at this topic.
Makeup guy. Oh, it's starting to sound like Basilisk again.
Blind guy. Actually blind guy. Not really blind guy. How'd we get on Dark Tournament? Oh, yeah, tournaments with
Tournaments.
The record, right?
Trying to find a better tournament than the Dark Tournament. Which is, it's obvious. It's the tournament in One Punch Man Season 2. Gotta be.
That was an okay tournament.
No, that was an ass tournament.
No, it's just...
It had a good fight.
It was just...
A good fight.
Because it's just...
And it was barely a good fight.
There's a character in it, though, that I wanted to fight Garo.
The martial artist guy?
Yeah. Before Garo got... The guy... Him... Before Garo would get to... Because every fight Garo was in, he Zenkai boosted himself. So the next time he came around, he was just stronger.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I want these two to fight
Like,
before...
now.
Like, this guy's already about to be outclassed.
You wanted Garo in that tournament. Pretty much.
Yes. Basically. Technically, King beats Garo.
Oh, because King's the strongest.
Yes. In a video game. But
I think I've seen that.
It's a video game, virtual.
Isn't that like a little OVA thing?
Yes.
They do? Yeah.
So you can go on it and like it's like a virtual thing where every movement you do, the character matches you for the fighting game. So Garo is just wiping the floor with everyone because he's just a really good martial artist, you know what I mean? So he's mopping everyone, and then he gets mollywopped by this little girl with an umbrella or something, and he's like, who is this? And it turns out that it's King with a handheld controller. He wasn't even doing the other stuff. He was just beating him with a fucking PS2 controller. I was like, that's hilarious, because King is just insane at video games.
The best gamer.
The best.
That's why he's the strongest.
Yes. His ultimate moves, hilarious.
I aspire to his level.
His ultimate move that he uses, against the Platinum Sperm, among others.
I have news for you.
Oh?
Oh, yeah. And it's actually a bit on topic, because I was about to say I can't believe they made a One Punch Man fighting game.
Ultimate Hellfire Burst Wave Motion Cannon.
That's great.
Yes, you lay it on me.
Did you hear the leaks?
Did I hear the leaks of...
Another Jump crossover fighting game's coming.
Oh, I did not hear that, no.
Yeah. From the makers of Ninja Storm, though.
Okay. I mean, the other Jump game doesn't look bad. It's just that I just didn't feel like buying it because it's a fighting game.
It didn't play great. The community hated it.
Really?
I liked it, but it didn't play great.
Oh. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty good, though. I mean, it has all of the same problems all of these 3D anime fighting games have and actually just a lot of fighting games have, of just way too long attack strings.
Yeah.
Just feeling like being locked in forever.
You know what people need to do? Take a page out of Tekken's book. The Tekken,
Yeah,
the game.
but
They're combos.
okay.
Like, you don't.
There are some nasty Tekken combos. They're just way harder.
Hard to pull off.
Yeah.
You like if you pulled off a combo, you achieved it. Because like the
I feel the
longest
same with
like
Soul Calibur.
one button input is like a 2-hit combo. You know, like a 2-hit like
You'd have
hit.
to try to string juggles.
Exactly. Like you can't just press 2 buttons and hit someone 36 times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You hit them twice.
Yeah, that's the problem with the Storm games. Is I'm just spamming the square button, and then I triangle dash back in and start my square button.
When I played the Storm games and then played online, it was just a kunai throw fest. That's all everyone did was run around, dodge, and throw kunais at you.
Combo extensions. Like, you know how the fucking combos in Storm are like little like cinematic affairs, and then you can just dash cancel it and start the combo over again 4 fucking times if your chakra's full.
Savage.
Or it's just substitutions.
Oh my god.
Either
yes.
A, you substitute and they dash into you perfectly, or they substitute and you can't pull off the same thing back. So that's why I'm tempering my expectations, but I'm still going to buy it. I've bought J-Stars, I bought Jump Force, I'm going to buy this.
I forgot about J-Stars.
Yeah, J-Stars was even worse. J-Stars was
too
bad. But they already started throwing around the words Gojo being in it, so I'm like, I'm probably buying this.
Well, there's no way Gojo's not going to be in it because Jujutsu
Cast
Kaisen being so popular.
So much better this time. They have Denji, they have Gojo, they have Yuji.
True that.
Oh, they're probably going to be Demon Slayer characters too.
Yeah, Rengoku will probably be in it. Fucking
Tanjiro.
Tanjiro, Inosuke, Zenitsu, unfortunately. I'd want Tengen. Get rid of Zenosuke and put. I mean, not Zenitsu.
Even Inosuke, I'd want him, but I could leave him if it gave me Tengen.
Yeah, Tengen, or I mean,
I guess,
I would want characters that. I mean, my favorite Hashiras haven't been in the anime yet.
A bad guy, because everyone needs a bad guy, and then we're not putting Muzan in. So, Gyaro, whatever his name is.
Gyotaro,
yeah,
I think is. And Daki. I'm cool with Daki.
Yeah, I bet. Cool moveset.
I bet, yeah, with the fucking the cloth thing.
I want to see if I can find the leaked roster.
I saw a picture of the Venom Spider-Man for Spider-Man 2. Holy shit, it looked so good. Like the Venom symbiote suit, like starting to take fold. So his suit wasn't black yet, but he's still like huge and jacked, like Venom is. I was like, that's.
Oh my god, is there a trailer now? There might be a trailer now, but according to leaks, Goku, Vegeta, Frieza,
obviously,
Naruto, Sasuke, Kakashi,
makes sense.
Luffy, Zoro.
Just Luffy and Zoro.
Yeah, in these leaks so far.
Fuck your face. You got 3 from Naruto.
There was like 6 in Jump Force. I bet there'll be more. Trust. Calm yourself. There were so many.
What?
Deku, Bakugo.
I'd want All Might, but okay.
Ichigo. Yuji, Gojo. I saw this last time too. I'm seeing it again now, and I hope they're not gonna fucking go back on this like they did with Jump Force. Light. I hope he just smacks the guy at the book. I hope it's a Phoenix Wright in like Marvel vs. Capcom situation. I would just love that. Gon Kahlua.
Oh, come on. It couldn't be Meruem and Netero?
Yugi Moto.
Oh, is his move? Is he like the Pokemon trainer?
Yeah, that's how he worked in Jump Force.
Dope.
He'd call in like the things to do the attacks. It was fucking lit.
That's awesome.
Kaiba the same way, because Kaiba was a DLC character in Jump Force.
That's awesome.
Tanjiro, Zenitsu,
Ugh.
Nezuko.
People, Zenitsu is a trash fucking character.
He absolutely is.
He is so trash.
Yusuke, Kenshiro, Gintoki, Ryu Seiba, which is, I forgot what he's from. I think he's called City Hunter. Koro Sensei. Boruto.
disgusted.
And Asta.
No, you know?
No, that's what a lot of people are saying too.
I'm sure
people
he'd
are like,
be
you
in
can't
there.
even put Yuno in there.
I'm sure he'd be in there, just like you said, some of the other characters.
I'd want bad guys. Give me bad guys.
Yeah, Frieza's the only one on there that I remember you saying.
Like, where are my bad guys? And where's Denji?
Like, Ichigo's the only one mentioned from... So maybe Yuha will be in there. That'd be dope.
That would be dope.
Because Aizen was in the last one.
Yeah. Right? I kind of want Aizen back, but I'll take Yuha.
Yuha Bahak.
Yuha Baha.
Yuha Baha.
I wonder if there's actually a trailer now, or if they're just playing with my emotions.
Maybe. Well, Sony Access, PlayStation Access, whatever they called it. Was it PlayStation Showcase? That's in 2 days. It's on Thursday. So
yeah, the leaks are that there's going to be an announcement soon,
which would be later this week, because like I said, PlayStation event is on Thursday, the 24th, or Wednesday. This is 24th, so maybe it's I think it's Wednesday because today's the 22nd.
I mean, Gear 5 Luffy would be fucking dope.
No, do not fucking do that. Hasn't even happened in the anime yet. And it's probably not for another, 2 months. That would be fucking dope, though, because you had to have seen panels from...
Yeah.
Gear 5's.
I've also seen a lot of made-up meme panels of him slapping the shit out of Naruto. I've seen the same ones a lot. It's fucking hilarious.
That is hilarious.
That better not be all the characters, you motherfuckers.
PlayStation Showcase. When is this? I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday, if I remember right. I thought it was the 24th. Yep, May 24th, Wednesday. Cool. So we don't have to wait till Thursday. But yeah, so there's going to be a lot of games that are going to get announced that I'm going to want to play, even though I said I'm going to limit the amount of games I'm playing this year. Because I forgot. Because I had been mentioning that I wanted to play Final Fantasy 16, Armored Core, and Spider-Man. Spider-Man's at the end of the year, if not getting pushed back to early 2014.
Soon.
August.
Yeah. I couldn't fucking believe that.
Yeah. It was just announced, too.
Yeah.
But then now Diablo, but whatever, that's happening now.
Yeah, that's pretty much now. In 2 more episodes, we'll be talking about how lit it is.
Yeah, probably. Well, yeah, no, just yes. There was but I had also forgot about that Wukong game that's coming out.
Does that have a date?
I don't think it does, but it's just a game that I want to see.
Someday.
So. I'm struggling to find this picture, unless it was a fan-made picture, because I'm not seeing anything official on this Google search. But there was an image that I saw on Facebook, maybe, of Spider-Man. I think I actually know who shared it too, so I'm just gonna check his page. Whatever. But Spider-Man the 2 game looks like it's gonna be dope. What do you call it? There's just gonna be so many that are gonna come out, and I'm just gonna end up buying them all over the place. 14's fucking patches tomorrow. Yeah.
I just want Diablo and someday 16, but not right when it comes out, because I'll be playing Diablo.
Well, I'm buying 16 hard copy, so you can just borrow it from me.
Dope.
Because you did get the disc.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just borrow it from me whenever you
Same
get done with Diablo.
Crisis Core.
Yes, because that game is also dope.
Honestly, if I wasn't playing Returnal, I'd probably borrow.
Oh, what were you said that you were going to say something about Returnal. You said something earlier.
It's fucking dope.
No, you're saying something about how you were thinking about beating it, but
I
don't think it was gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
No.
It's probably not gonna happen. I mean, every boss I've beaten within like 5 tries at it, but I'm having a lot of trouble getting back to the third boss right now. I keep dying in the third area every time I enter it.
Ouch.
Yeah, and he was the big scare. I think that's one thing I really wanted to do was just show you a picture of this fucking thing.
Well, there were some games that I wanted to beat leading up to Diablo's release, just so I could clear out some of my library. Devil May Cry 5. I beat Virgil's playthrough of that, so I'm all set with that game.
Let me get that on the off seat.
See, it probably would have been better the other way. That's fucking awesome.
Right?
What is the
floating
boss? In the middle or the floating
The
thing?
middle. And you keep the only part that seems to do damage is that red part on his chest, too.
Amazing.
I'm having trouble getting back to him, though. He's fucking awesome.
Well, I beat... There was another one before I get to the main one I was going to talk about. There was Devil May Cry 5. I beat that in Tales of Rise, which I was going to bring up. I feel like there was a third game that I recently beat.
Valkyrie Elysium?
Yep, that's the one. Valkyrie Elysium, yeah. I already deleted that off my thing because I basically did everything I wanted to do in it. I'm like, I'm good now. Free up like 30 gigs. Haven't deleted Devil May Cry yet. That's like another 30, 40. And Tales of Rise, which... because my wife is on vacation. Well, it's more apt to say she tagged along with her parents on their vacation with my son. So they left Friday morning. So I worked Friday, came home, had all Friday night. I worked Saturday morning, like half day. So then the rest of all day Saturday and all day Sunday to just sit around and do what? Nothing. So I was like, all right, I'll beat Tales of Rise. Then I beat it. I'm like, well, shit, now what the fuck am I going to do? I was just looking through some trophies. And I was like, this is like totally doable. So I went and got the platinum over the weekend.
Nice.
The hardest one was I found a way around it. And I thought I was going to be screwed. But thank God I found a way around it. So I cleared all the subclass. That was fine. Killing all the last bosses. There was one boss that was kind of bullshit because I thought it was. I should have known from the description of the fucking thing, but not how in depth it goes. So there's 4, like, kind of like early game, well, mid to early game, like pivotal story bosses.
Yeah.
That are relevant to the plot. So you have to fight a harder version of them. Max level's 100. They're on, like, the first one you fight is at 95, and it scales up gradually. So you fight the first one, right? You're like, okay, you fight the first boss again, the first main boss. You fight him again. I just thought it was going to be just me versus him, level 95. Whatever, cool. I kill him. The second boss spawns in this place. Okay, looks like I'm going to be fighting all 4. I can see the trend. Kill that guy. The next one spawns, like third one. Okay, fine. The second one's the scariest one to fight because he does a move that he goes in the middle and he's untargetable and he summons 3 or 4 clones that are all charging and you have to kill all 3 of the clones because the amount of damage the move does that he does to you is equivalent to the amount of health remaining in all 3 things. On top of, so like even if you kill all 3, you're still going to take some damage.
Yeah.
But there's 3 bosses up with that full fucking health, you're going to die.
Yeah.
So I forgot about that. I fucking freaked out. I was able to do it. Third boss, whatever. The 4th boss is just a pain in the ass to fight. So I'm like, oh god, it's 4 bosses in a row. Level 95. This isn't that. It's not that easy. I thought I was done. Then it spawns the first 2 bosses together. Mind you, this is all one continuous battle.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck? So then I'm fighting, right? And I was like, all right. Thank God there was a checkpoint right here because I'm fighting so I'm like, all right, the first 2 bosses. The first boss is a melee character. The second one's ranged. So let me take out the ranged one that's throwing all the spells out, and I'll just ignore the melee one. He'll do his own thing. He'll be attacking my party. I'll avoid him with the character I'm controlling, right? So I'm fighting the second one. When he gets to 50%, that's when he just starts charging the move. But this time he doesn't spawn clones. It's based on his own health.
Ooh.
I didn't get his health, so you got to think his own health. So it's probably an equation mounted to it. So because he had like 200,000 HP, half of that's 100,000. I mean, so I don't think he would just do 100,000 to my max health 9,000 character or whatever. So I'm like, there's probably some math involved, but I'm like, it killed me. I didn't get his health low enough. So I was rage-inducing that I just died that far into this battle, right? It respawns right when the two spawn together. So it's like, oh, thank God. This time I focused the one melee down. When I kill him, the third one spawns in.
Oh.
I'm like, fuck! The third one's a flying dragon. It's a lady on top of a flying dragon that just kind of hovers around. So like, fuck. It's like, I'm just leaving the second boss. I'm not touching him. I'm not dealing with that again. So I kill her. The fourth one spawns in now. I'm like, fuck! So I kill him. I actually obliterate the fourth one. So you can do this move with the main character. When his like gimmick is if you use an art, like one of their abilities, if you hold it at the end, you can drain some of his health and he'll do a fire attack afterwards. He has like certain fire attacks, you know, different animations. Different attacks have different like fire enders on them. But you can sacrifice health and you can hold it longer to sacrifice all down to 1 HP. It just, and the more damage it does. Well, I got like super lucky that I was, it's like the one I did is like a 20 hit combo. If you get hit even once during it, it stops the attack. So you could sacrifice all your health all the way down to 1 HP.
And not get all the payoff.
Get one hit in, and then something hits you, and it stops right there. So there's some serious downfall to it. I got super lucky with the 20 hit one. I crit every one of those 20 hits for like 9 to 12k apiece. So I took his entire, like half his health bar away in one combo. I was like, damn, I just fucked you up. So I killed him real quick, killed the other thing. I was like, oh, I gotta be done now. That was insane. One of the characters' father, the mentor figure from the early game that dies early in the game, he spawns now, level 100. I was like, oh, this is like a boss melee. And I'm just like, oh, thankfully he wasn't that hard to deal with.
Good.
So I was able to beat that quest. There's another super boss from a different Tales game, which was bullshit the first time I fought him, because when I fought him I was like 3 or 4 levels under him, so my defense and shit wasn't his name's Kronos, so he's Kronos, god of time, stops time. He has a move, he stops time. You can't do anything. You can't dodge, you can't block, you can't use items, nothing, can't heal, nothing. And he does this like crazy combo. The first time he did it to me, he killed all my whole fucking
stop
team.
Time 1.
And I was like deep into the fight too. It's on the second half of his HP bar, and he just does it a few times. There's 2 ways that there's a exploit you can use that when he's charging it, if you time, because he'll always target the character you're controlling first. You can time it, your animation in your dodge roll. There's this brief invulnerability.
To be the iframe.
The iframe. So, and I got that off a few times. So the other one, there's like a special ability you can use that's on a timer. If you use specifically Alphen, the main character, it'll interrupt it. But you gotta, he stops moving, puts his hands like this, starts charging a thing, and says something quick. I don't know if you've ever seen Tales of Arise's combat.
It's very tiny snippets.
It's
like particle heaven.
Yeah, the amount of effects going off at once is obscene, and he's not big. He's the size of you. So it's already hard in action games like that to see enemies that are the same size as you when you fight them. So that was hard to time out, but none of that was the hardest part. The hardest part is I saw one of the trophies said forge 100 weapons. Or weapon types. So, okay, I can't be that far off. I've been forging all my weapons. So you can actually see certain stats in your game. And I was like, oh, I'm at I think I was at like 70 something. I was like, okay, so I just need to go forge a bunch of weapons. No, it's forge weapon types. There's only 104 weapons in the entire game that you can craft. You have to craft 100 of them. And
hey,
I'm
at
like,
least it was 104.
But here's the thing. Every time I would craft a new weapon, I sold the previous weapon for money because it's very hard to get money in that game. So I'm like, how in the fuck am I supposed to know which weapons I've already forged? It doesn't tell me anywhere. But there is one way to do it. Every time you get a weapon in your inventory, you can then use it as a glamour on your weapon.
Oh, so you can go through all your glamours.
So I went through to the glamour page and I took a picture on my phone of, I had to do it multiple times, and I cross-referenced every weapon with every character, and I made a little check sheet, and then I had to go back and farm out items. Thankfully, almost all, like, they have, like, tiered weapons, you know, they have, like, the bottom 4 tier, and going through, everyone's, like, second tier weapon uses the same basic items. So I just had to farm out one item each time. I didn't have to farm out a billion different items, but it took a few hours to go through and just farm. That was the last trophy I got.
Unsurprising.
Yeah. There's another one, fishing. There's fishing in it. You have to catch every fish in the game. That one was easier.
My partner would destroy that.
It wasn't that bad,
actually. Absolutely destroy that.
Is he take pleasure in fishing?
I've seen him fish in so many games. The one tiny bit of like a Dragon Ishin I've seen him play is A, taking care of his pets, and B, fishing.
Fishing is just like in every Japanese game ever.
He went to play Ishin, and I woke up at one point. I was like, look, he's just fishing.
He just enjoys fishing in the video game.
Enjoying his fishing.
Yeah, whatever. But there's certain lures, so like you'll go to a pond, right? You can pull up your lure list, and it'll tell you all of the type of possible fish you can catch in that one spot. And then you just go through your lures. Each lure has like 3 fish that you throw it in, and it's high chance to get it, and you just go through and cross-reference everything.
Sounds like a fishing mini game.
It's not. I had no of the current. I didn't have it because I never fished the whole game. I was like, fuck this. So I had the weakest, like the worst fishing pole. But thankfully, there's a training grounds area, and the hardest level of that for the person that fishes, the reward is the best fishing pole in the game. I was like, oh sweet. Conveniently, I'm level 100, and this is only level 60 to do. So I
smack it.
Yeah, I smacked the shit out of it, and then got the best fishing pole in the game, and fishing became infinitely easier, and I was able to do basically the whole thing in like 2 hours.
I'll never care about fishing more than I did in Stardew. It's the only time I ever cared about it, and I will never care about it again. Stardew Valley.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's the only time I'll ever care about fishing again.
So this makes the second game ever that I cared about fishing only to get a platinum, because 15 has a lot of fishing related trophies as well. So for Final Fantasy 15's platinum, and for now.
Did you do it in 12?
Yes,
I know you
cheated
did it in 12.
Because you don't have to do it as extensively. You just have to fish in one specific spot to get half or a third of a token needed to forge the best weapon.
Yeah, I knew it had something to do with the best weapon, yeah.
Which sucks, because one of those totems comes from Yayazmat, and the other one comes from a different high-level boss, which you've already now beaten. So I think it's actually Omega, which are the 2 hardest bosses, Yayazmat and Omega.
Oh, wait, was there a 3rd super hard boss in that too? The one where you can't use magic? Or is that the one you can't use physical? It was one or the other.
Well, there's 2 different summon espers that are like that. One, you can't use magic, and a different one.
One of those I remember you telling me was super fucking hard.
Ultima was annoying as fuck to fight. It's I'd probably say Omega's the hardest fight in that game. He only has 1,000,000 health. So when I first went into it, well, compared to Yayazmat with 50 million, I was like, only 1,000,000. Like if there was ever a window where you could just go 25 seconds of just straight attacking, like going ham on this guy, I would fucking obliterate him. But he never gives you that chance. You're only ever attacking with one dude.
Ugh.
And assisting that one dude with the other 2 characters. So I had to use gambits to beat Omega. I didn't have to I put gambits because everyone.
Well, I know you had gambits for Yasmat.
Well, yes.
I also know you had to manually switch your armor for certain attacks. I remember you telling me that.
There was, I mean, you didn't have to, but there wasn't a thing you could put a low-level armor piece on that halves all wind damage. He has a super move, so you basically cut the damage his super move does in half.
Yeah.
But then it's a low-level armor, so you have to be quick to switch it back on whoever he's attacking because he could auto that person and just kill him.
God.
You did. But for Yasmat, I put Gambits on in the middle of the fight because it's a long-ass fucking fight. It's 50 million HP. The most damage you can do in one swing is 10k. -1. So I'm like, fuck, dinner's ready. So I put the Gambits on, put my controller down, went downstairs, ate a full-course meal. I was in high school, so I was smoking cigarettes. So then I went outside, smoked a cigarette, came back inside, went upstairs, and my characters were still fighting. All of them still alive. So cool, picked up the controller. A lot of people complain about the Gambits, and everyone I've ever seen talking about 12 has Gambits on all the characters. Why would you ever put Gambits on the character you're controlling? It made no sense to me. I put, like, minuscule Gambits on, like, the other two just so I wouldn't have to manually switch back. But if I needed something from my healer, I'd just switch over to that character and manually do it.
Yeah.
I didn't put Gambits on the whole thing.
I didn't use Gambits at all, but I also didn't get to any hard content, so...
Omega I had to use a strategy for. I could not beat him without using the Berserk strategy. But it's you got to be on top of it. So what you do is you use Berserk. You cast Berserk specifically on a character. I chose Bosch because Bosch is the one I gave Masamune and Genji gloves. He can attack multiple times in one go. So I put Berserk on him. So he just attacks. That's all he does. And a high chance for multiple hits. And then you have one character literally just standing there, casting a reverse on him. Reverse on him lasts like 2 seconds. Any damage he receives is done in healing. And any healing given to him is done in damage. So you don't want to heal that person.
Yeah, you just keep doing that so that...
And then you manually control the third one or put a Gambit in to just funnel ethers and potions into the person casting fucking reverse every 3 seconds on the dude. And you just sit there... But occasionally, because Omega does so much damage and he will go after other people, there's like a specific place you can stand with one of your characters that it's unlikely that he'll attack you there, or I think actually he just won't.
But eventually you're going to have to heal somebody else.
Yes. So...
It shouldn't be that hard if you sub it for the ether person.
No, I mean, it's still pretty rough fight because it's very stress inducing and there's a lot that could go wrong with that type of strategy, but that is eventually how I had to beat it. I didn't start the fight that way. I knew how to do it and I was aware of that strategy, and that was the most popular strategy to beat him, but I wanted to try the fight my way, just going at it and just
raw dog
it. I got to the hard part because what makes Omega hard is when he gets down to that last percentage. Same with the Asmat, he hits a buff to defense. So you're like, oh, 1 million health isn't that much until he gets to like 20%. And now instead of doing 9,000 damage every swing, you're doing like 2,000 or 1,000. And that's when I had to use the reverse because the fight was slowing down so much on my end. But on Omega's end, he was picking up speed. He attacks more aggressively. He attacks harder.
You see yourself not coming back with as much health after your heals.
Yeah, so I'm like, I got to use this strategy. So somewhere in the fight, I switched tactics and was able to beat him. I raw dogged Ultima, which is why that fight was so hard, because she's all holy, so I couldn't even... My best weapon at the time was Excalibur, which you just can't use on her. It heals her. You just attack her, it does holy damage, it just heals her. So you can't use holy itself as a spell, so... And like I said, I raw dogged that fight, so I didn't really know what I was getting into, and it was difficult. But once you beat those fights, and then you get that ultimate, I think it's called like the worm blood sword or whatever.
Yeah.
You fishing minigame in one spot. To get one piece, beat Yasmat, and then another one, it's probably near Omega somehow. To get a weapon that now you can't use it on anything, because it's not a game that those kind of enemies respawn are fightable again. It's like, okay, now I have this new weapon. I always hated that in
Oh, I'm pretty sure
RPGs.
Dream Drop Distance did it. I beat the secret boss in that, got Ultimate Weapon, and had nothing to use it on.
Yeah, which is sucks too, because it's like you get perfect form. What the fuck are you gonna use perfect form on?
I didn't even get perfect form.
I did. That shit is lit. You gotta farm the fuck out of it though to get it.
Yeah, because you can only get it in like the last fucking 5% of the game.
Mm-hmm. It's so good though.
Yeah, you unlock the ability to unlock it after you talk to Mickey in the world that never was, which I think is in between that string of boss fights.
And you can't even use it on Xemnas because Goofy and Donald
You're right.
aren't in the fight with
it's
you.
Just you and
It's just you and Xemnas.
And Riku.
At certain parts,
yeah, at the very end. That's fucking
because
bullshit.
you know how much easier that fight would be
Oh
with
man,
perfect form?
I could maybe fight Sykes and Luxor with this. And Luxor's a fucking bullshit fight. It's a bullshit fight to whip out perfect form on. Oh, you're a dice now. Oh, you're cards now.
Can you use it?
I don't know. Luxor's fight was
No, can
wild.
you use it against Sephiroth?
Probably. I don't know if Goofy and Donald are with you in that fight.
I also don't think that they are.
I don't think that they are
Because
either.
I'm trying to picture it, because they are in... No, they're not in Kingdom Hearts 1 either. Because 1 is when you fight them in the... Well, no, they might be in 1, but there's no forms, because that's when you fight them in
I'm
the
pretty sure it's
the
not in
tournament
2.
zone.
Because
They're not-
every single time I went to fight Sephiroth in 2, he did that blink behind me bullshit, and you're slashed like a billion fucking times.
And it just does your
It
whole
never
health
does it to Goofy or Donald. No, it's just me. So
You're
they're
right,
not
because,
there.
Yeah, because that 2 is when you fight them on that cliffside.
Yeah,
just
and you have to
chilling.
glide the meteors, but not that I got to that phase.
Yeah.
Not that I had glide, because I didn't have fucking perfect form, so you needed perfect form, because you needed to level it to get glide.
Yeah.
So you still needed it to beat Sephiroth, but you couldn't use it.
No, of course not, because why would you? I was so mad that he wasn't in 3.
Yeah, I'm so mad that nobody's in 3. I did download that, though. And I didn't re-download all my games, so I downloaded that on my PS5 for...
That makes me happy. Yeah. Because we were hardcore into Kingdom Hearts way back in the day.
I sure was.
But I understand. 3 is a solid ending to the story. I like it. It's short, though. And you had the same criticism with the event timers, with all those attractions.
Yeah.
Just don't use them. Just ignore the button.
The whole
inputs.
game in general, I
It's
think...
easier than
It's not even just
1
the
and 2.
easiness, too. I think the event things is very emblematic of my problem with it in general. It feels like a very on-the-rails game. Like set-piece to set-piece game.
Pirates of the Caribbean World's fun because you get to be on the pirate ship. You can upgrade that and you can fight other pirate battles on the sea.
It's cool.
It's not as good as Black Flag, Assassin's Creed
Which I
Black Flag.
still own but haven't touched.
Black Flag?
Yeah. Because
Have you ever played? You've played the game though before.
No.
You've never played Black Flag?
I've never played any of them between 3 and Origins.
Origins is shit.
I bet. I opened Odyssey, played like 5 minutes of it, and said,
Odyssey.
"This is awful."
Oh, yeah.
And
No.
I closed it and never looked back. I paid a good amount for that too, and I still couldn't bring myself to play it.
The worst one's still the one in France.
France.
The French Revolution.
No, Unity.
Unity. Yeah. Syndicate was awesome.
Yeah, Syndicate was the UK.
You know, that one that everyone seems to forget one of the main characters is a female. Because then there was a later female
including
assassin.
Ubisoft.
Because they were like, the first female assassin.
Yeah.
It's like,
Don't make it just everybody.
What?
Ubisoft forgot.
You forget the girl in the Syndicate?
That's a with 0 punctuations quote. It's not fucking progressive if we're progressing to the point we already fucking are, genius.
But Kingdom Hearts, first off, it looks beautiful. Probably still holds up today.
Oh yeah, they're nice set pieces that they're going set piece to set piece.
Toy Story World really stands out in the amount
That's
of
the one I'm
love they put.
into. But like, I loved it when we were in Andy's house. I hate it so much in the toy store.
At the arcade area, whatever it is.
I hate that place. It's not even the same arcade from the movies. It's a fucking toy store.
And then leave it to Nomura to be so butthurt that Versus 13 was taken from him and made 15, that he had to put something in Kingdom Hearts to tease that he's going to do something with that or his original idea. Remember the cutscene that comes out of nowhere into the Toy Story Land? That's now all of a sudden you're playing a Final Fantasy game?
Nope.
Maybe you didn't get that far enough into it.
It's possible. Last thing I remember is fucking Woody talking to the fucking organization. It is like the cringiest fucking thing in the universe. It's so bad, dude. I think that might be more of a reason why I put it down, if anything.
Oh, shit.
That's bad.
Well, you still have your PS4, so if you didn't delete your save data, you could at least port it through the cloud.
I doubt I deleted it. I really doubt I deleted it. I'd have to be wholly masochistic if I wanted to replay that opening portion again.
What, the Hercules one?
Yeah, well, and just in general, just the Ratatouille tutorial for cooking. I etched all of it, Eddie tutorials.
Yeah, but I was great. Being able to play as Aqua again.
They just overcomplicated it.
They did.
In plot and mechanics.
The fact that Kingdom Hearts 2...
It's such a simple fucking game.
There's 6 games in between Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3.
And they're all relevant. That's my bigger problem.
All of them are relevant.
They could have been side stories, Nomura. You didn't have to make them important.
And then
no one fucking played Reencoded. Drop it.
Or Rechained, or what was that one?
Yeah, or
Unchained.
the fucking mobile one.
Isn't that the chained one?
There's a lot of them, but there's an actual modern day version of mobile games.
Was 360?
That's the one with Shion.
3 over, was it
365 over 2 days?
2 days, that's right. Yeah.
They had to name it that because 365 is not divisible by 2. Makes me so frustrated. That's Shion's game, where you play as Roxas in the organization.
Fuck Roxas.
Fuck Shion. Fuck that game. They literally made Shion to make a reason for that game to exist. And then, of course, all things in all Kingdom Hearts games, that has to be relevant in some fucking way.
Basically.
Yeah, Shion's what the organization did with Sora's memories to make another person that could wield the Keyblade.
Mm-hmm. Just confusing shit up again. Yeah. And then the fact that...
I forgot the other Kingdom Hearts mobile game, though. The newer one. That they all look like Theatrhythm characters.
Oh.
That's the one I was wondering. Because that one was also tied into the canon now.
The Memories one, on the DS, what was that? The Dream Drop Distance?
Dream Drop Distance, yep.
That was decent.
It was decent. I was about to just say the absolute opposite complaint. I was about to say I hated that it was just one big side story. Until the end, of course, though. Maybe if they just sat all plot or all side story, but the fact that it's all side story and then highly important information for Kingdom Hearts 3 setup.
Oh, shit.
We got 95% bullshit about sleeping worlds and 5%, these are the Xehanorts from across time. Become one of our Xehanorts, Sora.
What?
He won't. Here's the youngest Xehanort to fight you, Riku. Ugh.
Birth by Sleep.
I remember loving that final cutscene too. I was so hyped for all that shit back when that happened. I'm like, oh, the Xehanorts, the plot's finally fucking happening.
It's moving somewhere.
It's some of these sleeping worlds and cameos from a game that no one fucking played. The World Ends With You. That's where all the fucking human characters came from in that game. Ugh. Birth by Sleep's the best.
I was just gonna say Birth by Sleep's the best.
Birth by Sleep's the fucking best.
Because Kingdom Hearts 2 is the best one.
It's also when the plot started falling apart, though, sadly. But
yes,
yeah, introducing Xehanort was when the plot started falling apart.
I think it really lost me when Xehanort had to be the
everybody.
It makes zero sense that Xehanort, Xemnas, and Ants
are all Xehanort
can exist at the same time.
Yes, we'll let two of them
Because
and
one,
Xehanort
because
can.
how can you have a heartless and you can have a nobody? The note, which they're backwards, which pisses me off. That the heartless is the or what? Because one of them's the body that remained, and one of them is the one with no heart, or is the heart? The heartless is the one with the ripped out heart. But no, you're the one with no heart, and the nobody should be the one with no heart. But no, the nobody is the leftover body, and the heartless is the heart. What do you mean? How can you be heartless but you're the heart?
Big red flags that none of this shit was planned.
Kingdom Hearts 1 was a success.
That's where it all went wrong. Making nobodies exist. It really all went wrong in 2. No, it all went wrong in fucking Chain of Memories.
Because Chain of Memories was before 2. Because it fucked things up.
It's the one that introduced the organization. It's the one where Sora loses his memories, which is what they create Shion out of.
Why wasn't 2 the next fucking game?
That's also...
Because if you play Kingdom Hearts 1 and then into Kingdom Hearts 2, and you're like, who the fuck is Roxas? Where is Sora? What do you mean Sora's been sleeping? What happened?
The red flag that all of this was going to start to be bullshit. When they kill off half of the organization that you think gets introduced in 2, because nobody fucking played Chain of Memories.
Yes. Yes.
And of course, the Roxas shit, and Sora's in a test tube, and
Naminé
older and blindfolded.
They pulled I like Naminé as a character, but they pulled her out of the fucking ether of nothing to get her to be a nobody related to Kairi.
They did that bullshit to make a nobody for Kairi, and then used her to make more bullshit to make Shion to justify 365 over 2 days.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, you have a nobody, but then Kairi doesn't have a heartless. But then Sora has a whatever Roxas is.
But then they want Roxas back. Because that was the part when I heard that would be one of the parts that really turned me off of 3 also. It's like, we're gonna go find Rox.
He shouldn't fucking exist anymore. He's not a thing. He's not his own individual person. He's part of Sora. Sora is him. He is Sora. That's it. It's done.
Please.
You want Roxas back? Go see Sora. Sora's the main character.
Do they get Roxas back?
Yes.
I fucking knew they would, because it was in the trailer them talking about it. There's never a time in Kingdom Hearts where they're like, no, Sora, you can't do that.
Seriously, they did meet. They did our boy Sora fucking dirty at the end of that game. Rip your fucking heart out right at the end. Finally, after 17 bazillion games of all Sora wants to do is to be back with Kairi. He's finally back with Kairi, and now he has to quote-unquote die. And go somewhere else. And it's like, of course, though, it's not Kairi that goes looking for him, because Kairi's not his one true love.
No.
It's Riku that goes to find him.
The reminds you of the... Oh, God, I wish I could bring up the exact Twitter post, but shonen authors writing girls so bad and then wondering why we all make gay ships.
Right. Oh, shit. But no, it's a good game. I liked it a lot. I think it wraps up everything. It's not the best one. I think it would probably rank like 4th or 5th in the well, because I would put 2 as the best Kingdom Hearts game.
Definitely.
Hands down.
Because the story on top of the combat.
The combat was the best. The forms was the best.
Then Birth by Sleep.
Yes. And then
crafting your skills, the 3 different characters having different skill sets entirely.
Yes. And then I would put like 1 or Dream Drop Distance in 3.
I think we're pretty much right there.
And then I'd put 3 after that.
Yeah.
Because the rest of them can go eat fucking ass.
Yeah, Chain of Memories can suck my dick. I'm never going to touch Reencoded, because what the fuck even is Reencoded?
Exactly. So that's the order I would put them in. But I'd still play all of them.
And then the Aqua Tech demo for 3.
Oh, so good.
Because that's what it is.
Well, it's in 3. You play that whole scenario. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No,
it's in the 2.8 remix.
Yes, it is. You're correct, sir. That was so glorious when you play that. I got to that, to be able to play that in the 2.8 thing, because that was the most visually beautiful Kingdom Hearts had ever been before 3.
Yeah.
So it was a chance for us to get 3's quality
And
before
Aqua.
3 came out. And Aqua. She's the best Keyblade master.
Yeah.
Just hands down.
Yeah.
Best. Better than
Good
everyone.
deal.
And she spent how many years? 10, 15, however fucking old Sora is
In the World of Darkness.
in the World of Darkness, and it wasn't till the very end that she was corrupted. She spent that many years before finally falling, and then our boy Riku, Riku and Mickey go get her.
Yeah, I keep wanting to say Rika or Rico because of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh,
I've literally stumbled on Riku so many times.
Riku, the one that was supposed to be the main, should have been the main character, because the Keyblade chose him,
Yes.
but then something happened.
Because he's better.
He is bitter. But it chose him, but somehow, I forget what exactly happened, that it had to default to Sora because of something Riku was doing.
Probably because he was falling to darkness, yeah.
So it got like bounced off and landed on Sora. But Kingdom Hearts, man.
I want to like it again.
But I don't know. Kingdom Hearts is good. It's just too convoluted. Too much. As
By choice.
it was said. It just got out of hand. And Nomura likes to make it out of hand, which, please, don't do it to 7. I mean, no, listen, I'm here. I'm playing all of the 7 remakes. It's just happening. I am going to play them all. And you know what I'm going to love, but also hate?
When Nomura fucks it all up.
Listen.
He's got to.
If Zack and Aerith can see each other again in some stupid 5-minute sequence that has no relevance to the rest of the plot, I'm okay with that.
That kills
as long
me.
as she still dies.
It kills me inside. If she doesn't die.
Then everyone dies. Aerith needs to have been dead to be part of the live stream to stop Meteor. If she's not around to stop Meteor, they're all gonna die.
We'll see how much Nomura cares about that.
First off, someone said this, a YouTuber that I was watching when the first one came out, because Sephiroth is the final boss in the remake, which he's just barely even a character at this point in the story in original 7.
He's
you
a
go
figure you're following.
You go through the Shinra building at the end, which is way less bloody in this time around. The original is way more, because he attacks the Shinra.
Somehow.
There's no blood anywhere. There's like nobody even dead. You go up to the president's room. Sephiroth's there. The president of Shinra is dead. And then Sephiroth leaves the building. And you don't see Sephiroth again in original 7 for like the next 10 hours of gameplay.
Yeah, you just kind of see some of the stuff he leaves behind, like the serpent.
The serpent, which you see almost immediately once you leave Midgard.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing, too. You see it alive, and then you see it dead.
Yes. So you see hints of him, but he's like prominent in this one, and he's the boss, so you meet him. So the thing that the guy said is, please don't make Sephiroth the final boss of every one of the games.
That would be awful.
I don't want Sephiroth to be a fight at all in in Rebirth.
He shouldn't have been in the first place.
In the original remake, no. Absolutely not.
Definitely not the weird way they did it, too.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's more that
It could have been just a normal boss fight. Like, still, like, wicked hard. They didn't have to go all
crazy with it.
Yeah.
The fucking tornadoes everywhere.
Yeah, they didn't have to go all cosmic and shit with it.
They did go crazy cosmic with it. Out of nowhere, too, because the rest of the game isn't like that.
That's what I mean.
Like I said, all of
it's
the
not
problems...
even the fact that they shoehorned Sephiroth in, it's how they did.
Because also, too, the Shinra president's alive now, so that's one big alteration, too. How is that going to affect the Turks?
I already hate this. I hate when the remake is going to be fan fiction for existing fans when it should be onboarding for new fans. Yeah. And the more they deviate, the more I think it's terrible onboarding for those new fans.
And like I said, too, it's all the last 5 minutes of the game.
It's going to be more, too, though. They're good.
Well, no, the first one. So I'm sure the second one's probably going to be a lot heavier.
There are going to be plot differences, too. Now I'm just questioning how much it's going to capture the original.
The first one did a phenomenal job at that. Because I went back and I played through this. After I beat it, I played through original 7. I downloaded it on my PS4. you can play through all of the Midgard story and leave Midgard after the Shinra building incident with Sephiroth in about 20 minutes of gameplay. And they turned that 20 minutes into a full-length game.
And it is gorgeous, too. And the voice acting is incredible.
Yes.
I do like the general broad strokes of the plot they cover. I worry about, like, little things, like how the old way you used to get Vincent, or the old way you used to get Yuffie, or traveling the world map, and shit like that.
So the second one is people have raised questions about that and how the second one, because once you leave Midgard is when the linearity of 7 ends.
Yeah.
Because then it becomes the standard.
A full-ass world map.
Full world map.
With good storytelling using the limitations of the technology at the time, like running into the sandworm, going somewhere else, coming back, and Sephiroth fucking killed the thing.
Right. And people want to know how the gold saucer, because gold saucer is right around the corner from Midgard. It's right there.
Yeah.
It's on the same plane. You can almost see it.
And that's where you get Kate Sid.
I believe so.
Yeah. No, I know because the last time I tried to play through 7, I want to say on my Switch, that is where I left off.
Sadness.
Yeah. Not very far.
So they could do Vincent the same way, but I think they're gonna in the sense of how you get him, but I think they're gonna make it mandatory, not a missable
and
thing.
Nerf the shit out of that boss.
What boss?
There's a boss when you go to get Vincent. You unlock the safe that has the key to the coffin room or whatever. You have to know the combination beforehand. I googled all this shit because I'm not about to miss 2 fucking party characters over not googling this fucking information. So
you still have to acquire all the game has to view that you acquired the info and then go because
you could
anyway, go ahead.
I'm not sure if
you open the safe to get the key and a boss comes out. You fight the boss.
That boss is a fucking bitch.
Yes, and then you get a key that you don't know what it goes to, and you have to know that you have to go to the basement.
You don't know what it goes to.
Yes.
I know exactly where that motherfucker's going to. And then Yuffie.
Yeah, because she comes, steals your materia, and then runs back to her village, and you have to know to go to Wutai.
Well, that's one way to get her. There's the other way to get her, which is how I did it, because I used Google. And most people are going to fuck it up. After you leave Midgard, there's a random chance that anytime you get in a random counter in Forest in the overworld map, I'm not sure if it's specifically Forest, but that's what I was farming it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a chance that instead of a battle, you'll get placed on a map with Yuffie there. If you do fucking anything besides walk up to her and talk to her, if you go to open your inventory screen, if you go to like the save point that I'm pretty sure is there, when the text pops up, when it goes away, she's not there anymore. You have to go up to her, you start a conversation, and she'll ask you like 3 different questions. You have to answer right out of 3 answers all 3 times to get her. Otherwise, she fucks off to Wutai.
With your materia?
I believe so, yeah. I think she steals your materia in that moment.
Because
I didn't fuck that up because I'm a good boy and used Google.
I didn't know that you could get her without her running to Wutai, because I know that she would steal it and go to Wutai, and then you don't get that materia back until you go get her in Wutai, and Wutai's far the fuck away too.
You quite literally need to know that information beforehand. Right. I don't even want to run the odds that you would answer the questions right and not fuck up beforehand too. Just imagine you're like, this is weird, I need to save really quick. Boom, gone. The moment you open that screen to go save, she's gone, so you save with her gone.
Because then it's like, alright, so the first game had it has 4 characters, so they could add the 4 more because you already have Red 13 with you.
Thank God.
Because at the end of you can't control him, but he's a guest party member at the end of the game.
Does he at least do stuff on his own?
Yeah, he's in the fight with you.
Good.
He's there. He's like an AI. He's an NPC.
Okay, cool.
That's fighting with you type deal.
I'm down with that.
And so there's Aerith, Tifa, Cloud, Barrett in the first one. Red 13 shows appearance. But then in the next game, you're going to have Kate Sith, Red 13 as an actual playable character.
You better be.
Yuffie and Vincent, and then how is Sid going to come in? Is Sid going to be the only character in the third one, or are they going to push Vincent back to the third one? So that
is Sid going to be the third one? Because isn't...
Sid's the last party member.
Yeah, and I guess, well... See, I'm trying to, like, equate it to each disc of the game. I think that's even flawed thinking, because doesn't disc 1 end with Aerith dying?
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, that's already a false equivalency.
And I think at that point, don't you have your full party? Or
yeah.
no? Close to it anyway.
No,
you might not have Sid, but...
Because Sid's when you get the airship.
Yes.
I had the airship, and I didn't get to Aerith dying.
That was bullshit,
I was going to the place where Aerith dies, and I needed something to get there, and the game doesn't fucking tell you where. I'm pretty sure it's in the gold saucer, though. Because I think you told me when I brought this conundrum to you once before.
What is this now?
I needed something to get to the
temple.
temple.
Yeah, it's yeah. It's totally in the gold. So I know exactly. It's an orb. Yeah, it's in the gold saucer. I googled the fuck out of that. I didn't find that.
So like, I understand that they're gonna make this game not nearly as fucking stupid.
Right.
Now that I've gone over some of these really stupid things that need Google, but...
How far you think they're going to push the second story, though? You think they're going to go up to when Aerith dies? But then Aerith dies at the end of Disc 1, so is the third one going to be the whole rest of the game?
As a man that hasn't played Disc 2 or 3, how much fucking story is in those?
Equivalent to Disc 1 twice over. There's a lot of shit that happens after Aerith dies.
Is there?
She dies really early into the story.
I mean, granted, because it's the end of Disc 1. I was just wondering, because, like...
Well, a lot... Okay, so a lot of Disc 3, quote-unquote, would be, like, post-game stuff, too. Like,
yeah, I was thinking Omega Weapon, Ruby, Emerald.
I don't think Omega's in 7. I think just the Ruby Weapon, Diamond, Emerald, and...
Oh, Emerald, Sapphire, Ruby.
Yes. Is Diamond Weapon in it, though?
I don't think so.
No, it has to be, because those are the weapons.
Colored ones.
Yeah, but Diamond Weapon's got to be in it, because those were the only weapons are from, and Diamond Weapon is a thing.
I know Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald.
Yeah, and I know Ruby's like the pain in the ass to fight. Well, so is Emerald Weapon, because you fight it underwater, and you got that stupid breath mechanic. You have to beat it in a certain time before your character's drowned. And Sapphire Weapon is just like a joke.
So, you know, I'm just going to leave it at I'll be happy if they just stop fucking with the plot. Just please stop fucking with the plot. Nomura.
Yeah, these like
I'll take any of the gameplay shit you want to do, but yeah, take the fucking...
Fate Wraiths out.
Oh, what are they? Dementors.
Yes.
Take the Dementors out of my goddamn Final Fantasy. Kill Aerith for the love of God. Don't bring Zack back. I love Zack. Don't bring Zack back.
I also love Zack. But it's weird, too, because the way they show it... See, some weird shit's happening. Because...
I know, and that's the part I hate the most, is that they're framing it like parallel timelines.
Because when you look at it, a lot of things are changed. Like, there's things on a piece of paper that's completely different. But there's a fluid and paper thing that was different. Like the ad for like in-universe stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
Some, like there's things that are slightly different. Like the mascot of something was someone explained it all.
I hate it so fucking much.
It could be so easily written out too. Like
it
I'm hoping, but the thing is, there wasn't backlash. It was concern. It was mild concern.
It should have been backlash.
It should have been so that Square would fucking
get Nomura out of the director's seat. Just do it.
He's not, because he's not the highest authority on the game. There's another guy, I just don't remember his name. God. But Nomura got the strings to pull, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because this is distinctly Nomura taste in my mouth.
I don't know why fucking Square Enix thinks he's this great dude.
Because he brought them a lot of money.
Yeah, with fucking 7, because he was on the original 7 and Kingdom Hearts.
I didn't know that, actually.
Yes. But
why would he fuck up such an easy plot line?
It's such
Every Final Fantasy after 7 is way more convoluted than 7 ever was.
It was
maybe
easy
besides
money.
12. 12 is actually a pretty simple story too.
It really is, yeah.
Even when they got like weird stuff, it was really at the end and not.
I mean,
all
you could
too
dive
important.
deeper into the extended lore of 12
Yeah.
because 12 exists
There's
within the
always
Tactics
something
universe.
cosmic that makes it feel a little like a writing mistake, but in 12 it was like the least bad of like all of those. You get some Dementors right at the end.
Like I said too, you could just so easily write out the last 5 minutes of it and just don't. You just do rebirth. Excuse me. Do rebirth, right? And just don't mention that they ever even existed at all, and just go back through it. And
I almost feel like that's a writing mistake, but I'll take it.
if
it
you
fixes the course.
if you wanted to show, I would be like, if you want to show something like cutscene wise, don't let me interact with it. Just show me at the end of every game a few little cutscenes of what could have been with the storyline on the side, like what could have been if Zack lived. At the end of Remake, cool. At the end of Rebirth, what would have been if Zack was here for this? But then, like, the whole gameplay of the whole story is actually just 7. It was in Remake.
With no weird cosmic Sephiroth fight.
Please.
I don't think that's where it's going to go, though. Those ring race is very specific, like,
yeah, I know. And
parallel timeline plot. I hate it.
They're deep involved in the story, too. They're all over the place. And Cloud interacts with them a few times. Cloud and Aerith are the only two that can see them. Or Aerith's the only one that can see him, and Cloud was able to see them when holding, like, touching Aerith or something, or she let him be able to see him or something stupid. But Aerith can see them. And I'm just like, all right, cool. Just make them something to do with the live stream about, like, it's an omen around her. You know what I mean? Make it something like that. No,
Instead of an omen of changed events in the timeline.
Your genetically enhanced brother is going to kill you. You know that Sephiroth and Aerith were originally meant to be brothers. That's why their hairstyles the same. That little loop in the front of their hair and their character design.
Yeah, the weird bangs action.
Yeah, they're originally designed to be brothers and sister. They're technically somewhat related to, in the sense, like, scientifically engineered. Sephiroth's engineered human out of. Or no, never mind. He's engineered out of Genova cells, and Genova was not an ancient. Aerith is an ancient. Two different races. Never mind. My bad. I thought the Aerith race had something to do with Genova, but I was wrong. My brain clicked in the wrong places. I'm still going to play the game, though. But please.
Don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck it up. But we'll see. I mean, if they royally fuck it up, then maybe I won't play through 3. But if they just kind of fuck it up, I'll still probably play the next one.
See, this is the difference maker between waiting for reviews for the next one.
See, so it all depends.
I'll be waiting for reviews for the second one.
Yeah, it all depends really to how the Nibelheim reveal goes down too. Are they going to change that? You can't change the fundamental core of Cloud's character that he thinks he's Zack right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That can't be changed. It can't be fucked with. There's certain
and
things
they're
going to
do some Zack Alive shit, and then this will be the time to reveal it.
Which would fuck with it. And then there's certain things in the plot of 7 you can't, like, they're changing the biggest key moments. It's like, you can't do that.
I wonder how much agency they'll give you. I want to still be able to walk into Cloud's house. This is what I mean with a remake. You gotta let people relive the moments that made 7 great. Like, when you really go through Nibelheim, as you're framing-wise, you're telling the story to Tifa and someone else. Mm-hmm. And you're walking through Nibelheim. If you go to Cloud's house, his memory's all fucked up, and it's actually a really creepy scene.
Right.
Or it's either that, or when you return to Nibelheim. Because you straight up go to Nibelheim, because that's where Vincent's coffin is.
Yes, because it's under the Shinra.
Yeah, so I think it's actually when you all go there, if you visit Cloud's house, it's all fucked up with his memory, because he's remembering Zack's house, but he's in his own actual house.
Well, because Zack wasn't from there. Yeah. He was from... It's the most made up word I've ever heard in my life, and I always can't. It's like, you hear...
You probably only hear it in that one fucking cutscene, too, where it's him and Cloud bonding over being from, like, mud villages.
Yeah, dude. It's, like, something with the W, and it's like, really? That's the name of your hometown, dude? That is... It's bad. But, Because I remember there's a point in 7 when Aerith is still alive that you go to Zack's house, because you go to Zack's hometown.
Ooh.
And you go to his thing, and Cloud doesn't know who the fuck he is. But they mention Zack's name, and Tifa and Aerith both have text bubbles about it, and they act weird throughout the rest of the thing when Zack is mentioned, because both Aerith and Tifa know Zack.
Yeah.
So Aerith doesn't want to talk to you at all. They both say his name. They express, oh, it's Zack. Zack. We know him. And then, like, Aerith goes out. Like, it's either Aerith or Tifa goes out and stands on the cliffside, and they just, like, chill there, and you can go interact with them. And they just kind of brush it off, being like, oh, yeah, it's just thinking about someone I used to know.
Somebody that
I used to know.
He died for you.
And then Tifa really helping Cloud out when he has his mental break way later when they actually go back to Nibelheim. Because I think when they the first time you go to Nibelheim with Vincent, you don't go down to the town, right? You're just at the research center. No,
you see it first in the flashback where Sephiroth one hits the monster and you're doing like 1 damage and die and shit like that, and he like casts revive on you and shit. But
as Cloud, but then
but you go back there as one of like, I want to say one of the very early objectives after leaving Midgar.
Yeah, you probably do go back there, but that's probably where the first flashback is, where you play through that as Cloud, as if Cloud was the one, and then when you go back later after Aerith dies and all that shit, that's when Cloud goes through his mental breakdown shit, and that's when his memories start coming back that he's not Zack, and then you go.
Well, I saw something that was already fucking with it too.
Then you play through it through that flashback as Zack at one point in 7.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and you're going through it, and it shows you no, Cloud wasn't there doing this, that, and the other. He was there, but he was like a regular soldier grunt. It was Zack doing all this shit.
I got Zack's hometown.
Do it, lay it on me.
Gongaga.
Gongaga, that's it. Yeah, come on. Tell me that's not the most made up word you've ever heard in your life. It's terrible. But I still love Zack.
If there's a Shinra reactor there, then not much else is.
Yep. Basically. God, I love Zack so much.
Don't bring him back.
I know.
Just don't.
I want them.
I just want it to be true for new people too. Not that I've played through the whole game, but that's the point of a remake.
Yeah.
I didn't want a reboot. I want a remake.
Reboots, no. We don't like those.
We hate those.
We hate those.
Reboots in a numbered anthology series. No.
Yes.
You're gonna reboot one that did not as good. Reboot 8.
So apparently, I didn't know this. I guess I was living under a rock, but people are speculating that the remake of Final Fantasy IX is going to be announced in a few days. And apparently, it's been like 2 years since we saw like a teaser trailer for it, and I watched it. It doesn't look like phenomenally remade, but
why would you remake 2 Final Fantasies at the same time?
While also releasing a new one.
And why would you pick one that's newer than 7?
Why would you not choose 6? Yes,
6.
Or 4. I would choose 4 over 6, personally. But
I would choose 6 only because how many people hype up the story of 6.
People hype the shit out of that story, yes. I
only know one thing that happens.
I know
6.
I know most of what happens.
I've watched the whole story. I only remember one thing that happens in 6.
Is that Kefka losing his mind and killing everybody?
It's him poisoning a village of people.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Before he gets the god... Oh, okay, I remember something else, because he gets the god powers and destroys the world. And then you gotta travel through the destroyed worlds.
Kefka is
gathering your party back.
I'd say of all the Final Fantasy villains, he's evil for evil's sake. He's the most evil.
And one of the most successful.
Yes. And also the final boss. I don't think there's nobody behind Kefka.
No, there's no extra god.
Speaking of which, by the way, totally out of nowhere for any listeners, but not out of nowhere for us. We were talking about 14 earlier, and I was saying how Golbez is the trial for tomorrow's patch, right?
Yeah.
there just so happens to be this NPC that we met in the 13th that is now working with us, whose name just so happens to be Zero.
Oh, joy.
And I'm just like, I don't think they're going to
Who's
pull...
this unshady fellow?
It's,
How? No, wait.
yes.
Wait.
Whoa.
Were you really about to say, I don't think they're going to pull that after doing a Golbez plotline?
Yes. Specifically how they've set this character up. She doesn't seem... She's not... The way we met her and what she was doing during the time Golbez was reigning, there's 0% chance that she could be the one behind Golbez manipulating him type deal. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man.
She could be the total opposite and be the one to kill him.
Let's say that. I mean,
Also,
Golbez is being manipulated from the moon.
He's on the moon right now. But she's also the only one capable of killing him, though, because she's a special kind of warrior from the 13th. So, like, if we kill a Void Scent in Final Fantasy, they don't die. Void Scent can't die. They just respawn on the 13th shard. We go there, we kill them, they'll just respawn later. The only way to kill someone there is to eat them. So a one Void Scent will eat another one and grow more powerful, but then you get the whole problem of they live inside your mind, so they can potentially talk to you and you go crazy type deal. But Zero, she can like legit just like end you with certain her magic or whatever. So there's that. So she could be the one to kill Golbez, but I just don't see. Maybe I'm totally wrong, but just the way they've done a very good job of hiding it.
I would say maybe he was so eager to tell everyone Golbez is next because he had another trick up his sleeve.
If there's any hot fingers, I just saved my lips from just divulging such a large spoiler on your head, one that I've been trying to make sure not to divulge to you, because I'm still hopeful that
I actually don't know a single fucking thing that happens in Endwalker, by the way.
Because you've played the game for so long, I don't care how long it takes. If you can play the game story-wise up to just the end of Endwalker, then I don't care. I'm happy. Anything after Endwalker, I don't give a fuck. But if you could play it to the end of the expansion Endwalker to get
Ilmeg was a fucking...
You would get the entirety of the story from Realm Reborn all the way to the end. You know what I mean? Anything further is a new story unfolding. Yeah. But I want you to be able to finish your story you've been on for 3 expansions. And I almost busted out.
The Moab of all spoilers.
Not the Moab, but it'd be up there.
I mean, I've seen like most of the opening cinematic that plays on the main menu. That's about all I know of Endwalker.
Yeah, that's not spoilery.
No, not to where I am in Shadowbringers now. It was kind of when I started Shadowbringers.
Well, because you can change that too. You can change that setting of which one plays in the background.
It's weird. I thought I did, but it only changed it for that one sitting, and then the next time I booted it up, it was Endwalker.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's nothing that spoilery. Oh no, the world's on fire and going to shit.
They intentionally mislead you in those trailers to make you think something else to try and stay away from spoilers. They do a good job with that. So anything that you might have formulated is going to be
nothing.
wrong.
I've retained none of it besides the world's on fire, and I've seen Charlian in it too, or Charlia, whichever. Charlian. I've seen that. And Grahatia being like, oh shit, there's shit going down.
Yes.
Shit.
Oh, that's actually a spoiler right there that you know Grahatia is the thing.
Yeah, I don't even... it's so weird because Asmund knew him in his playthrough that I watched, but I deadass was like, how do I not remember this cute cat boy?
Do you know where he's from now?
No, I don't remember him.
He's in the Crystal Towers storyline.
It's so funny, too, because I watched that playthrough and I still didn't internalize anything about him.
Do you know who he is?
I still don't know.
No, as in, like, where his character is in the story?
He was in, like, a room of books being like, oh, shit. shit's happening, and I know shit.
Cool. Then it's not a spoiler for you because something's gonna
It was
happen.
literally like the most vague shit ever. Just being like, oh.
Yeah, no, he's awesome. There's something specific with him in Shadowbringers. We're close. Where you're not there yet. It's gonna come later. It's like at the end of Shadowbringers' story where he gets introduced.
It's so weird that my brain just skipped right over him though. It's just like my brain just.
But how he gets introduced is grade A. And then like this isn't. It's so underlined, but it's noted in a few times. Me and my wife used to make jokes about it in the Shadowbringers point patches, like 5.1x and all those. Grahatia and Alize are like fighting for your affection.
I was about to say, I thought you were going to say a thing, and I was very angry. I like this.
They seem to both have a thing for you, the character.
They both can't get over slobbing your knob.
Basically, yeah. And it's like, I personally don't like either of those options.
I like Grahatia as an option.
He's cool, yes.
Aesthetically. I mean, I don't know his character.
He's cool. I like him. I don't like how...
He seems like a dork in that cutscene, not going to lie.
The characters go away. The main cast kind of splits up after Endwalker. Be like, oh, we're going to go do our own thing. Good luck. It's like, okay, cool. And then we meet up with a few of them in 6.1 patch. I was like, all right, yeah, some cool characters. Preview for 6.2 patch comes out. Alphino and Alize are back. No!
Damn it!
The twins stay
The Redditor!
Good. Yes, I have problems with Alphino.
Really?
Yes. Because like my like and dislike for him goes up and down with
Heaven's
expansions.
Ward is like so high.
It was high.
It's heavenly.
It kind of just stagnates a bit in fucking Stormblood. It's whatever.
I think Alize is kind of like she makes you hate her right away at first because she's like a complete and total antagonistic bitch.
Yes.
And it comes up when she redeems herself from that, and then it's just like a flat line.
Until
like the slightest wiggles.
Yes,
like Stormblood, it's just like a...
Well, yeah.
Not even big highs, just like a little...
She's alright in... she's got some nice moments in Shadowbringers, but... And she's just okay. I'm just done with the cast. I'm like, I've been dealing with you guys for 10 years. I want new main characters. And I hate Alphino at the moment. He was like up and down. He was highs in Heaven's Ward, kind of whatever in Stormblood. He had high and low moments throughout Shadowbringers. And there's just one specific moment in Endwalker that just completely turned a switch to make me loathe him. And it's such a petty fucking thing, too, because my wife was like... I was, like, screaming at the TV at this moment when we both came to it. I was like, that's all you got? You don't got nothing to say? That's it? What do you mean? Say something. They're, like, trying to redeem a certain character. And it's like, that guy's a fucking asshole. Fuck his suffering. He deserves more. And you're just going to try and pity him and fucking say that he's right in this situation? No, he's not. Fuck that guy. Yes. But, anyway. Off the 14 kick. 7. Remake. Please no more. Don't fuck it up.
He will.
He probably will.
I'm like 100% certain he will. If someone doesn't get him off the team, he's going to fuck that up.
You know who's not going to fuck anything up?
Yoshi P?
Yes, our Lord and Savior, God Almighty, Yoshi P.
The man who should be running Square Enix.
Yeah, the man that descends upon us for 15.
The golden goose.
I watched a YouTube video the other day because the
What, did you finally watch the combat?
No, I'm like I told you, I'm avoiding literally anything. I've seen a whole bunch. I've seen combat. I've seen a lot of stuff from 15.
You've seen the boss
fights? Yeah, like you're fighting summon on summon. Yeah, but like I would say the last 2 trailers, newish trailers, I just haven't even watched. I'm like, I'm good. It comes out in a few weeks. I'll play it then. I'm not gonna spoil myself. But I watched a YouTube video because the title kicked me up about a potential merger / buyout that Sony would buy out Square Enix.
I will be livid.
So would I. And I was sitting there and I was like, All right, I'll listen to this guy's theory and why this might be. Maybe something happened last, because it was like when I clicked the timestamp on the video was like a day old or only a few hours old. So I was like, did something happen? I was like, first off, that would never happen because Square Enix isn't in the red right now. They're making so much money,
and they're also
there's no
way
way
more than just a video game company.
Yeah, Square Enix owns part of Jump.
Yeah, they publish their own manga. They publish their own animes.
I think they publish Shonen Jump. Their name's on the magazine. Square Enix's name is on Shonen Jump's magazine.
Does Sony own Shueisha then?
Maybe.
Not Sony, Square Enix.
Maybe. I don't know. What part of manga does Square Enix viewers have? Gangan is a manga imprint owned by Square Enix. It publishes manga in several magazines aimed at different readers' demographics through the Japanese market. Because I owned a copy of Shonen Jump one time, and I saw Square Enix's name in the corner, like down at the bottom, where they would list like either publishers or fucking like sponsors, and their name was on the fucking the shit. What's that face for?
Quick list of some Square Enix mangas: Goblin Slayer, Akame ga Kill, Pandora Hearts, Black Butler, Dragon Quest, Soul Eater, Full Metal Alchemist.
Those are some big names.
Those are some big names. Full Metal Alchemist was the first one I saw, but I
like, if you're not even counting, what? Because you just look at the things. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII, the remake series, that's raking in the dough. They just are about to release a new mainline Final Fantasy game that's gonna make money. It's just happening. Yeah. The marketing behind it, reception is great. They're gonna make money on that. The mobile games that they're gonna come out with for 7, maybe hit or miss. Probably gonna be flop, but it's gonna have microtransactions. So no matter what, they're gonna make their money back. Maybe it dies in a few months, but I feel like they're gonna make
a argument on that one. I have one that definitely didn't make its money back, and that's Final Fantasy VII: The First Soldier.
Oh yeah,
it's already closed.
Yeah,
it was bad too, man. I played it.
Did you?
Yeah, I played it when it came out. It was bad.
Well, because isn't one coming out recently? Coming up, or is the First Soldier the one maybe I'm thinking of?
Yeah, the Battle Royale mobile Final Fantasy VII game.
No, well, there's another one that's coming out that's basically a retelling of literally the whole series.
That's something else.
It's got Crisis Core 7, Dirge of Cerberus.
No, this is a Battle Royale mobile game.
Oh, that sounds bad.
Based around
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
It was really fucking bad.
Oof. But then not even counting 14. 14 alone can hold Square Enix.
They have had a lot of stinkers recently too, though. A lot of smaller scale stinkers.
Yeah, because they put out more than just the Final Fantasy series.
Forspoken.
Yeah.
They actually put out announcements about how much it shit the bed.
Did they?
Yeah.
How much did it shit the bed?
No, not exactly how much. Just them being like, man, this performed way below our expectations.
I bet.
That's the usual statement. They put out a lot of small fucking RPGs. I think Octopath Traveler actually is doing pretty well, though.
Well, yeah, because Octopath Traveler 1 is... Well, first off, it's got like...
1 was well-loved.
It's got a niche kind of devoted fan base.
Yeah.
That may not be the largest, but like everyone in that fan base is going to buy Octopath Traveler too. So
I hate even saying this title, but I know another one that definitely shit the bed. I don't need to look at sales to know this game shit the bed. Various Day Life.
The fuck is that? I don't even know what that is.
It's, the people that did Bravely Default put out a new game, and it's the worst fucking title I've ever heard in my life. Worse than Do Retry.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah,
Various Day Life. But my brain pings right off of it.
Is it a Sims game? It's just what that title
it's
sounds
pretty much
like.
Bravely Default, but less RPG-like. It's just relationship building mechanics strengthening your RPG mechanics.
But what I will say about this video is what he made a point is it seems that because PlayStation is credited very heavily for helping produce 16. They're probably Square Enix is probably going to start moving completely just Sony exclusives.
Yeah, I mean,
because
Sony's been paying them extra money to have exclusives for a long time.
Well, because 7 Remake was just a temporary exclusive.
Yeah,
but
which
still,
Sony gave them money to do.
It's still not on Xbox.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So it's not...
So they're probably still giving Square Enix money for it.
Yeah.
The part that pisses me off about it is all of fucking Sony's chest puffing and stomping around when Xbox goes to buy Activision Blizzard, but then they're fucking lovey-dovey eyes of Square Enix over there.
True, but then at the same... I think it's more because Sony wants to try and keep up with Xbox, because there's no other big name that Sony can buy to then
they don't need
counteract.
To keep up with Xbox. They already beat Xbox.
Yeah, but in terms of like, all right, so Xbox just bought Activision Blizzard. That's a big name. What, did it fall through?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It officially fell through. The UK blocked it.
Why?
UK and Britain. Specifically over cloud gaming. Did you just
say UK and Britain?
I did. I meant... oh, God. EU and Britain separately.
Yes.
Because specifically the EU stated that they would be willing to change their mind if certain provisions were in place for cloud gaming to be a burgeoning tech
Which is weird
field.
Because Microsoft Xbox is an American game. Buying another American title that is out of basically stationed out of China.
And then having a Japanese company that mainly buys and ships Japanese games and Japanese companies being up in arms with all of the counter arguments and being huffy puffy.
Yeah, because like EU's not mentioned at all. Why the fuck did they have a state? Listen, I'm okay with it, but at the same time,
I'm half and half.
I swear, but
the UK specifically said they're not willing to change their mind. But it's specifically over the cloud gaming. They said if this goes through, they're gonna have like such a big head start in cloud gaming markets.
So why can't they just buy the other Blizzard stuff and not the cloud gaming stuff? Or is cloud gaming...
That's what I'm also wondering, because I feel like cloud game... It's... yeah, there's something to do with that. Yeah, it's something to do with Activision Blizzard King. They have...
We'll have to look into this and really...
Yeah, it's some sort of infrastructure company that would put them like ahead.
I see. Because does that mean... But that Blizzard... They did buy Bethesda, though.
Yeah, Bethesda's perfectly fine. They're already integrated into the company and already shitting the bed for Xbox. This is what I mean, too. Xbox is actually way more behind than people think.
Yeah, well...
Phil Spencer's out there literally talking about how much his company sucks right now. Like, Phil Spencer put out a fucking interview being like, look... Even if we put out great games right now, like all of you are saying, that's not going to fix it. People aren't going to go out and buy Xbox consoles if we made a great game right now. He said that verbatim.
I'm just going to wait till it comes to PC and I'll play it on PC.
Yeah.
Because like...
Well, most Xbox has been really pushing simultaneous PC release anyways, too. Starfield will come out on PC day one with Xbox.
I would be more concerned with the Elder Scrolls 6, but I've given up that game's even.
That'll be on PC too.
Yeah, but
guaranteed.
I mean, it's been 12 years since
Elder Scrolls 5. Because an Elder Scrolls game without mods is not an Elder Scrolls game.
True that.
It'll be on PC.
True that. But we've also never seen anything for it, so I don't even know.
Yeah, I doubt it exists in any reasonable form.
Same.
And I personally would wait for reviews on Starfield. I've lost all faith in Bethesda. I think they're a grimy ass company.
Yeah,
both the end
Fallout
product
4
and
did not.
Fallout 4 and Fallout 76.
Ooh yeah, 76 being the big one.
A complete disaster in every fucking way, down to the bags they're supposed to fucking give you in the collector's editions and the helmets. Helmets had asbestos in it. The bags were a completely different material, except for influencers who got the right canvas bags. it was a complete disaster. And then the game was ass. So
I don't know, man. Hopefully some shit happens that
they turn it around. Hopefully Xbox leadership, because Phil Spencer, part of the same interview, long ass interviews.
I mean, I say that, but I really don't even care because I play PlayStation. I don't play Xbox.
Because when Redfall shit the bed, which is also Bethesda, Phil was even being like, look, we just left them to do their own thing, but for Starfield, we have been like assisting them when they ask for like more resources or more personnel.
Right.
I personally really want Blizzard to be acquired by Xbox because maybe that'll fucking fix something. The culture and the games. Overwatch.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Well,
Overwatch is more of the problem right now.
I haven't really watched much coverage of it either, but Dragonflight seemed to be kind of okay received.
Positive at first, and then just no one talks about it.
Yeah, it's just no one talks about it anymore. So I don't know.
That's probably a good sign, though.
Maybe, because I know that like the last 4 expansions have been getting shit on since the first of those 4 expansions came out. But then now Dragonflight isn't getting shit on, so it's like, did WoW get a good expansion? I don't know.
Is it good yet?
I've never played WoW. I mean,
I was like this close to considering to playing Classic. I actually really would rather play Retail because it has a Fox race. But then Asmund lays down the list of all the shit you need to do in Retail just to do something. And I'm like, I'd leave that all the way over here in the trash can.
Yeah, no thanks. WoW's too much.
It is.
That's an old
My problem is I don't want to do any of the end game, so why am I even going to bother doing the leveling? The leveling's the only thing I'm like, that could be fun.
True. The leveling is such a small, minuscule part of what an MMO is.
Because I don't want to talk with these people. I don't want to join in their groups.
Right. But, I don't know. Fuck it.
It's a good place to leave off.
Yeah.
We can leave the downfall of Overwatch to next episode.
A lot we could say about that.
Oh, I have a lot.
A lot. All right, ladies and gents, that's been episode 16 of the Dukes of Weebdom.
Dukes of Weebdom.
Dukes of Weebdom. Follow us on Twitter at the Dukes of Weebdom.
And at Manga Scrub.
And at nothing, because your boy still doesn't have a fucking Twitter account other than the Dukes of Weebdom Twitter account. But
Dukes of Weebdom.
Dukes of Weebdom. Take care, y'all. Bye-byes.